Author's Connection with Portia.
Welcome to the Author's Connection with Portia. Our guest today is Prophet Vanto. He's a man who enjoys writing. Prophet, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Mrs. Portia.
Great. Can you please tell us about your writing work?
My writing work is that of a prophetic scribe. There is a difference between a writer and a scribe.
Yes.
The writer may write of the experiences, day-to-day things that he sees. Or maybe the writer may say, I'm retired now, let me write about my life and all that.
Yes.
But the scribe is somebody who hears from God. And this kind of hearing, God shifts the tongue from the mouth to the hand. As I begin to write, God begins to speak. I take an action of faith, put my pen on the blank sheet and start writing.
And do you work alone on this project or do you work with other scribes?
Most of the time I work alone, but I also do have times where I work with my group of sons whom I write to them. As I write to them, chatting to them, it may be on a WhatsApp group. As I write to them, they listen, they become the audience. And at the same time, they assist me in editing what I have written at that time.
And why is writing so important, especially in the church?
You know, writing is extremely important in the church. The last writings that we have had, about 500 years ago, many of the scholars, they always quote those writers in those times. Writing is the walls and the gates of this ancient city, the church of God, the city of God. They are the walls and the gates. They are there. They are multi-generational. Now, writing becomes the walls and the gates to the soul. You have to protect your generation, including the generation to come. They have to be protected, guided by this set of doctrines, the beliefs, the culture. So writing is important because it speaks not only to the present generation, it speaks to the future generation. What we have today, we have in the ministry preachers who are preparing messages for a Sunday. They are preparing messages for a mega church. They are preparing messages for a smaller church, for a church that is going to give me a lot of money, or the church that is going to invite me again. But you have 1 billion more people that will never invite you in the next 500 years.
But will get to read your work.
They'll get to read your work. Now, when you are a writer, your eyes, they see the next generation, because the message that God gives you is not a message for the next Sunday. Biblical prophets, all of them, they had a message that God gave them, which is an eternal message.
And we still read the messages
We
today.
still read them to this day. Even biblical apostles. At the beginning, Paul was caught up in the activity, the machinery of the ministry, the running up and down of the ministry. But God had to arrest him. Now, I'm saying that to the writers, do not allow God to arrest you so that you are left with nothing to do but to write. Make this an integral part of your ministry. Don't make it 2% of your ministry. Let it be 30 to 50% of your ministry. Because
so you're actually willing, sorry to interrupt you there, but what I'm getting a sense of here is an invitation to other workers in the ministry.
That's what I do on day-to-day basis. I am activating in other ministers the anointing that is already there in them. The anointing to write. It's an anointing that is inside them already. So I'm assisting them to activate them and to also believe. Many people say, I don't have time to write, I'm too busy.
Yes.
The main thing about our message is to write it. Because our audiences are not only the present audience. We cannot be trapped in a particular generation, but our audience is generations that are to come.
So I'm listening to this interview right now and I'm thinking, okay, yes, I preach. And yes, I do a bit of writing because when I prepare my sermon, I must write. But how do I get hold of you so that you can help me publish what I'm preaching?
My website is propheticscribes.net. And also you will find me in a page simply stated Vanto Vanto. And also a page that is stated Prophetic Scribes.
Those are Facebook pages.
Those are Facebook pages. But also in the email, which is saying vanto@propheticscribes.net.
All right. So the email is vanto@propheticscribes.net.
That's right.
The website is propheticscribes.net.
Yes.
And
yes.
the Facebook page is Vanto. Vanto is Vanto.
That's right.
Vanto.
Yes.
Okay. Vanto on Facebook or Prophetic Scribes. It was so nice to chat with you and engage with you on a topic that is so important in this time that we're living in.
Yes.
And
yes.
I really hope that many will respond to what you are doing.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
For more podcasts, please visit www.portiakel.com. Thank you.